now in session. Have you ever watched a movie and said, damn, they look familiar? Or have you Googled an actor and saw that their mom and dad were also famous? Well, today we're holding our monthly Hollywood parent-teacher meetings for each of our nepotism babies. We will be discussing with their parents how they've been doing, if they've been babied too much, or if they have grown as individuals outside of their parents. Have they gotten more golden noodle stickers than their parents have? You know, that is the daycare session today.
And
it is working now. The audio is working now, guys.
Perfect.
The audio is working now.
I figured it out. Whoa. Sorry. I'm hearing things. I get to hear not only our show talking, but also like any other computer tandem audios that are going on.
Yes. So that is what we're doing today. We want to thank one of our lovely faculty members at Hollywood Daycare, Allie, for helping us organize this list and helping us organize all of our students that we're going to be talking about today.
This idea of the Hollywood Daycare was catalyzed by me trying to think of funny jokes for the caption, and then I was like, wait, this is actually so funny because fully
it is Hollywood Daycare.
These Hollywood parents are funneling their children into the industry. I mean, not directly, but like
kind of.
With the fame and fortune that these parents are yielding, it's inevitable that their kids want to get into it.
So Hollywood Daycare is now in session, but before we get into Hollywood Daycare Parents Edition, we're going to do I'm just going to run through the list of Hollywood Nepotism Sibling Edition, of the people that have famous siblings that made them therefore famous. Mm-hmm. Those are Liam Hemsworth by Chris Hemsworth. I'm going to go, person that got the nepotism privileges, and then the famous person.
Yes.
Bill Skarsgård via his brother Alex and his dad Stellan, or Andrew. Alex, sorry. Jake Gyllenhaal via Maggie Gyllenhaal, I think, because Maggie Gyllenhaal was famous first?
I don't know, but he has kind of overtaken her place at this point.
Paige is asking, what is a golden noodle sticker? Have you watched SpongeBob where they get like the stickers if you're a good noodle?
Yeah,
you get a golden star sticker if you're a good noodle at school.
Yeah,
it's like a point system. Yeah, we're teachers.
teachers.
Blake Lively didn't know this, that her mom is married to Coach Bolton.
Wait, ew,
from
this is so weird.
High School Musical.
Is she not? I feel like they're like the same age.
I don't know.
Why does that feel so
I didn't know Blake Lively was a nepotism kid. Elizabeth Olsen via the Olsen twins. What is it? Elle Fanning via Dakota Fanning. That I feel like they both got famous around the same time, but maybe Dakota Fanning was earlier.
Wait, oh my gosh, that's why I was like, why do they feel like that age gap is so close? Fully, her mom had her at 15.
Oh, that makes sense.
That is so crazy. Sorry.
No, you're good. Dave Franco via James Franco.
Yeah.
We don't like talking about that. Luke Wilson via Owen Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Love them. Scott Evans via Luke Evans. Scott Evans is going to be in the Barbie movie. Kieran Culkin via Macaulay Culkin, and now I think Kieran Culkin has surpassed Macaulay Culkin in Succession.
Yeah.
Frankie Jonas via the Jo Bros. I guess internet personality, we're going to count it.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Noah Cyrus via Miley Cyrus, or Billy Ray Cyrus if you want. We will talk about her later.
I love Noah Cyrus.
Yes, but those are all of our sibling nepotism people.
And there's the interesting kind of other realm of like people that you don't know are siblings, and then like once you find out, you're like, does this count? Like I don't know.
There's
like,
some like
the Jonah Hill and
nepotism.
Feinstein.
Yeah, nepotism is by parent. It's by parent that you. I guess we should have given a little intro. Nepotism is when your parents are famous, okay, and then you get a way in.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
in
it.
any sort of industry, not just film, but
we'll be talking mostly about film.
Yeah, so you have an inherent upper like standing compared to any other applicants, any other whatever, because of the relational connections you have to people who are already involved.
And usually it's the parents, but there are some cases with the brother or the siblings. There are cases where it's friends, like friends get famous. I think that's more prominent with social media too now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some where it's Beanie Feldstein and Jonah Hill, and like I didn't even know that they were related. So it doesn't even count. I didn't even know that they were related.
My face was fully covered.
Okay, so now we are going to get into all of the different nepotism babies and give them a parent-teacher conference, a really quick one because we have a lot of people to get through.
Yeah.
And I'll be showing a picture to the camera because I figured y'all would want to see who we're talking about.
Just in case you don't know.
So the first one we have, let me find a little photo of Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid is in The Boys. He's also been in Scream.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be in the Oppenheimer movie, and most people I feel like would recognize his face from The Hunger Games. I forgot which character he plays. He's one of the other district people in the Hunger Games, like one of the competitors.
He was.
What's his name?
Oh, he fully killed Rue.
Yes, he was.
Oh
Yes,
my
he killed
God.
Rue in the Hunger Games. Sorry.
Actually, don't show.
Sorry.
Don't
This is
show.
him. Oh my God, the light. Oh my God, I'm never gonna be able to do it. Can you see it? Can you see
Let's
it?
see. We're trying our best, people.
This
Okay?
is actually
How about turn your brightness down?
This is trial and error.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
A
That's
little
better.
bit
Okay, let me turn it out like literally all the way. Hold on. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. There we go. That is
Perfect.
Jack Quaid, and that is his dad, Dennis Quaid, and his mom, Meg Ryan. If for those of you who don't know who the two people on the top are, Dennis Quaid was in the Bad Footloose movie, which is I don't know why I love to mention that. He was in A Dog's Purpose, which I've never seen, which apparently people really do like. My headphones just unplugged.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie daisy. He was in The Parent Trap, and I feel like parents would know The Big Easy and Far From Heaven.
He looks
Oh
like...
yes, he is the dad from Soul Surfer Page. You're so correct. I do have that on the list.
He looks like every dad of a family that lives in like California. Like he fully looks like Peter Gallagher, like Sandy from
We love Peter
the
Gallagher.
OC.
Oh, she's in his daughter's in Nepotism Baby. She's on Broadway.
Really?
That's a new one.
Wow, I did not know that.
And then Meg Ryan is in When Harry Met Sally, and You Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle. She's in Top Gun. She's Rooster's wife in Top Gun, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Jack Quaid, does he deserve his success? I think he does.
I feel like he's not popular enough for us to have like a whole discourse
I mean,
about
The
it.
Boys I love The Boys, and I think The Boys deserve, all the credit that it gets because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think he has gotten some things that I think because he's a good actor.
Yeah, I think there is a conversation to be had about the intersection between nepotism and pretty privilege.
We were gonna there's a whole pretty privilege episode.
And we can do a pretty privilege episode as well, but I feel like there's definitely like if you have a both, then you're at the
good.
top of your
You're
skyrocketing. And
Like he's in the middle.
Yeah, he looks like an average guy, so I feel like
average
he
schmo.
is, and because his parents have been in like significant stuff, but not like the biggest, the
Yeah.
best, and those sort of things, that he still had to like work for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the roles that he's gotten are more of like if you are going out of your way to watch it, it's not being like shoved down your throat kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So I think that I think his place is deserved because I feel like people, at least his parents, like obviously we know Meg Ryan, but like based off the last name, I will not be like, oh yeah, I know him.
I understand.
I feel like is a thing that people associate nepotism kids with.
At least with our generation, guys. This is coming from our generation as
exactly,
Gen
that
Z teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Lily Collins, which honestly came as a little bit of a surprise to me because I think she deserves all the success in the world.
Yeah.
This is Lily Collins and her dad, Phil Collins.
Mm-hmm.
You may know Phil Collins best from... See, even this, like, I wouldn't recognize him by name, so I feel like if she went into an audition and was like, my dad's Phil Collins, people would be like, huh? He did the Tarzan soundtrack and the Brother Bear soundtrack and the Miami Vice soundtrack. He's a sound designer, like a composer. But Lily has been in Love, Rosie. She's in the Emily... Love, Rosie is one of my favorite movies ever. Emily in Paris. The Blind Side was her breakout role, which probably she did get with a little bit of nepotism, but she's come a long way. She was in The World Instruments. Duh.
Yeah. Is he trying to get Zoe and I to watch it, and we could not get it.
It's so funny. And then she's in, round of applause for Stuck in Love, everyone! One of the best movies ever. But yeah, I think she also deserves her success.
I think she put her back into working. Like, do you see how long this list is?
What about that movie Bones? I didn't add that movie Bones where she plays the anorexic woman.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah, she put her whole back into it.
She
Sorry
really
to
did.
say, for a lack of a better word, like she knew she wanted to be acting, an actor, and all of these things are so different. Like, fully Mirror could not be the most opposite to Bones. Yeah. So I think it's definitely
well deserved.
And she like looks young forever, so she
does.
can get like any role
She's
for like whatever.
She is slaying. Next we have Maya Hawke. This one is it's on a fine line for me. This is Maya Hawke and her parents, Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Why is that photo of him?
Because I had to find one with all three of them together, and they don't really have family photos because they're divorced. I'm so sorry.
That is
I'm
not
sorry.
what I think
It's Ethan Hawke. I couldn't find one. They're not. They are a divorced couple. There's not many good photos of them together.
This looks so fun. That's not what I think.
Maya Hawke, y'all know her from Stranger Things, the recent Do Revenge movie, Fear Street, Mainstream with Andrew Garfield. She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? ? And then she's going to be in the new Asteroid City from Wes Anderson movie, and then Maestro, directed by Bradley Cooper, coming out about a composer that I'm forgetting the name of.
Let's see.
Some composer.
Leonard Bernstein.
Bernstein. There we go.
Yes.
But definitely one of the prime examples of nepotism, baby, because you know Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. Like, you know who they are.
Yeah, and she is not only an actor, but she's also a musician, and she's been trying to get into music as well. And I feel like that's very much, I have always talked about this. I feel like I talked about this during our Don't Worry Darling episode. Sometimes you don't need to be a multi-hyphenate. You can just do one thing, and you can be great at it or fine at it. And I think she is fine at acting. Like,
but
you can stay in the lane.
Is she a very much a big nepotism baby? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, ginormous. Like, I don't know which one was her first role. Probably Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, ?
No, or Stranger Things.
Was that way earlier?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's definitely nepotism. I think she has grown into, especially with Do Revenge getting so many good reviews, I think she's grown into herself, but I think definitely, like, would not have gotten as famous if not for her parents.
Yeah, she does give, like, I don't want to say grubby, but she gives, like, the girl, not the girl next door, but, like,
Girl Next Door?
Yeah, Girl Next Door, like, normal, quirky, like, not like other girls.
She's Robin. Characters. She's Robin.
Yeah, she's Robin. I mean, she is a great actor. Like, she's fine, but I just think we need to give her more time to prove herself.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Lily Collins, she
has solidified herself in our hearts.
Yeah, because she's been acting for a while, whereas Maya Hawke's only, at least to our knowledge of, like, the popular stuff has only been within the past 5 years. So, I mean,
well deserved.
And this is like a case of like two super famous
Yeah, a
people.
lot of these are a little bit low key.
Yeah, so for her to, I don't know, I feel like people like can like seeing her and being like, oh, Hawke, like.
No, I'm just I don't even think of her as Ethan Hawke's daughter, but I just know it in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Next we have probably my least favorite. I won't say my least favorite nepotism baby, Maud Apatow. We could technically count Iris Apatow also. That is Judd Apatow on the right, Maud Apatow, Iris Apatow, and then Leslie Mann. Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann are two very famous comedy creatives.
Judd Apatow's a great writer and director.
And Leslie Mann is in the show Reboot that I just started watching.
And she's in every single thing that he does ever.
Yeah. So, speaking of Maud was in 3 films with her parents, or at least that I could find. This is 40, Knocked Up, and then there's something else. The 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
I think she was in that as an extra or something. But it's like, she started out with nepotism, and then you told me a story about her not going to college.
Yeah, I feel like I remember, I think it was a Leslie Mann interview that she had with like Jimmy Kimmel or something, and she is only a couple years older than us. I think she's probably like 21, 22, or like early 20s or something, and Leslie Mann was talking about how Maud had not really been super involved in acting yet and kind of standing her own ground. So she said you have to go to college, and unless you find yourself a solid role in something, then you're going to have to go to school. And she did that.
Euphoria.
And then she got Euphoria and dropped out and moved out.
Woo-hoo.
So, yeah.
I think she's a good actor.
Yeah.
She's in Hollywood, which is one of my other favorite shows of all time. Sorry, I just burped. One of my other favorite shows of all time. But do I think that she would have gotten the success if not for her famous parents? No.
Yeah, she is just like normal girl. She's like
not a bad actor. She's the most like medium.
She's the most lack of a better word again, mid actor. Like she's fine.
Mid is not always a bad thing.
No, and she's beautiful. Obviously, her and Iris are gorgeous, but I mean, they're, sorry to say, just 2 average white girls that are just got lucky by some chance. And the things at least that they were in are great, and they're not bad. Because if they were bad, then that'd suck. But good thing her dad is a writer-director and knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Zoe Kravitz, whose parents are Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet, and whose Bonet,
yeah.
And whose stepdad is Jason Momoa. So
No, I thought they were broken up. I thought they were together.
Did they? Well, I have this photo of them together. Sorry, it's really hard to figure out the angle on this thing.
Yeah.
You know Zoe Kravitz from Batman and Divergent and Big Little Lies. But you also know her dad, Lenny Kravitz, from The Hunger Games. And he's also just a singer, a really famous singer, Lenny Kravitz. You haven't heard of him? Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And then Lisa, I really did not know. Lisa's like, not to say a notch down, but like less famous, I think, in the eyes of people who are saying nepotism, maybe.
Yeah, like, she's just like, I use the term socialite when I wrote like our little spiel about this, and I feel like she acted and she did stuff obviously, but I think because she was just attached with all these various famous people throughout the years, she just became like a socialite, just a little bit kind of
nepotism by association.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. Zoe Kravitz, I think Batman really did it for me with like proving herself that she was a good actress. My headphones keep falling out.
I don't know if she. Yeah, I think we need to still give her enough time. She's always been. In every single thing you listed, she's always a side character. She's never been given besides High Fidelity, which is unfortunate because I did not like it.
So we're waiting for her breakout role.
Yeah, so I guess in looking at this list, just as something to think about is whether or not these nepotism kids, were given like a starring lead role, or if they were like side characters that could possibly just bring in more people. Yeah.
So. Next we have, this is the whole family. This is Wyatt Russell and Kate Hudson, whose parents are Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Yeah. I really wrote mostly about Wyatt Russell because I feel like he doesn't really deserve his nepotism, but Kate Hudson is Kate Hudson, so I can't complain about her. Kurt Russell is famous. You know him from The Thing, Escape from New York, which I haven't watched yet, but I love him and Goldie. They starred together in Overboard, which is one of like my really stupid, silly rom-com. It's very fun. He's in Tombstone, I think, Dad. Tell me if I'm correct about that. And then he was Chris Pratt's dad in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow, he's a menace.
So, yeah, he's a menace. And then Goldie Hawn. Why did I kept Leslie on the notes? Oops, sorry.
That's fine.
Typo. Goldie Hawn was in Overboard, and then the only other thing I know her from is Death Becomes Her, but she's Goldie Hawn, so like, we know who she is. But yeah, Wyatt Russell's sister is Kate Hudson. I didn't write Kate Hudson stuff because we all know Kate Hudson. Yeah. We love Kate Hudson. But you might know Wyatt Russell from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the one blonde guy from Under the Banner of Heaven, starring Andrew Garfield. He's one of the LSD members. LDS, not LS.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I'm looking him up right now. He was a former hockey player.
Oh.
And then became an actor.
Well,
interesting. See, the nepotism thing.
But this transition is, well, Wyatt Russell does not, I don't think he deserves it. He's just another white dude who can act. So, oops, sorry. Yeah. There's probably plenty of them. But speaking of athletics, the next nepotism person we have on our list is John David Washington, who used to be a professional football player in the NFL. Yeah, let me see if I think I saved a picture of him. Question mark?
Let's see. I did not know
this is John David Washington and his dad, Denzel Washington. Wow. You may have heard of Denzel. He's a super underground, like, indie actor.
Yeah, you won't.
But Denzel has been The Equalizer, Training Day.
Wow, I did not
Malcolm
know
X.
that he was a football player.
Oh yeah, Remember the Titans is one of the best ever. But yeah, John David Washington used to be a NFL football player, and he got his breakout role in Black Klansman, which is a big movie.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
he was the star of that.
And I think he's a good actor. He's also in Tenet, Malcolm and Marie, and he's in the new Amsterdam movie that is getting absolutely horrible reviews. Good. Woo! We don't like David O. Russell, so good that it's not getting good reviews. But yeah, I think he's just another guy who can act. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, a lot of these just, at least they have the chops to get past a couple auditions, but...
Like Tenet, he was a leading role, so I think if we're going by if they've had a leading role criteria, I guess he's deserved it, but also, like, I feel like someone else could have played that role.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad saying things like that, but it's like...
Yeah, and, like, at least in Black Klansman and, like, Under the Banner of Heaven, in terms of, like, Wyatt Russell and stuff, they're playing within, like, a story that has already happened, or, like, we understand the premise. Yeah. So they're just characters that are kind of pushing us to understand the context. We're not, like, seeing them
new-
like act
a new
like a
person, yes.
like a new character
Yeah.
or like if that made any
Yeah.
sense.
No, it
But
doesn't make sense. They're playing people that
have it-
existed in reality.
Yeah,
ish.
and we already have a basic understanding of what had happened.
Yeah.
So what had happened was
What happened was, but yeah. So Wyatt Russell and John David Washington are just other guys. Oops, sorry.
Mhm.
They don't get any golden noodle stickers.
But at least John David Washington, he is like getting bigger stuff than
Than
like
Wyatt
a White Russell or
Yeah.
like a.
Well, Wyatt Russell's gonna be in the new Thunderbolts show from Marvel, but we shall see. Again, I think I need like a super emotionally driven role or a really
Yeah.
good comedy, like one of the
Yeah.
two, to be able to tell like if you have the diversity to be like
I
a
totally
good
agree.
actor. Next, new least favorite nepotism child.
Interesting.
I have many details about her. This is Sydney Chandler. Her father is Kyle Chandler. You may have seen him in Friday Night Lights. You may have seen him in Manchester by the Sea, Zero Dark 30,
I had no
Wolf
idea.
of Wall Street, Catch 22, Argo.
Wow.
And Sydney Chandler was in the Pistol series about the Sex Pistols, and she was the Betty
I
Boop-esque
didn't
character
watch
in
this.
Don't Worry, Darling.
She's just
Those are the two things that she's been in.
She looks like Ana de Armas a little bit with her
I'd
big
say
eyes.
she's
She's so
Betty
cute.
Boop to me.
Yeah, she's so cute.
But she's also dating Louis Partridge, who is a 17-year-old, and she's
Wait,
26.
Wait, are you sure he's
Yeah.
still 17?
I think he's 18, but I think they started dating when he was 17.
Oh, he's
'cause
19
they-
now, but still. That's
Oh, but they met when they were filming the Sex Pistols show.
Oh wait, I
And
also need to watch that.
That is not, to me, not okay.
No, that's
so,
really weird.
So I don't like her, and also she's a nepotism baby.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you are a nepotism baby, I think that you should go down the route of being a model. If anything, because I mean, you're getting the face and the genes of someone who's obviously loved by many in movies and other modeling things. So obviously, it's like, fuck yeah, we get another version of the Gerbers for 20 fucking or 40 more years. Like, thank God. At least for her, she could have like totally done that, but. Her little part in Don't Worry Darling was so minimal that it's like, she was fully just like an NPC in it. She was
I
not
love saying
acting.
NPC.
She was not acting. She was just like standing and looking pretty. Yeah.
This one was a surprise to me. Chris Pine is a nepotism baby, everyone. His father, Robert Pine, was in the Jobs movie about Steve Jobs. This movie or show, I forgot, called Chips. And then 5 Days at Memorial, which is a show that just came out recently, which is a more recent thing. But I didn't either, but maybe is his mom like a journalist? There's something, Ali said something about.
Why is this photo so funny?
Oh my God. Well, I didn't even show that. Yeah, this is, questionable decisions have been made on the part of the haircut.
I just think Chris Pine's hair right now is just so funny.
Chris Pine, you know Chris Pine. We don't have to, I mean, he's in Don't Worry Darling and the Princess Diaries. But apparently he went to school at Yale, ? Check me, Maddie. Is it Yale? He went to a very prestigious school, and then he landed the Princess Diaries role. And then that was how he started. So I think he's still technically a nepotism baby, but on the lower side of the actual
I
nepotism.
think he went to Cal. He went to Berkeley. Oh,
Berkeley?
Yeah, he went to Berkeley.
So
he went to with a BA in English.
There we go.
So
he wasn't even an actor. But I think he has a deserved.
I think it's
success.
the same thing with Lily Collins, that we have allowed him enough time in the industry to develop and to prove himself and to show the diversity in his acting. Because, Star Trek and Princess Diaries are like the exact same film. Yeah. So,
those are the two exact,
Yeah, so I think
Star Trek and the Princess Diaries are the same thing.
We're giving him enough time to like see himself through and everything, whereas that cannot be said about other people.
Lily Rose Depp is one of those people that it cannot be.
I'm just like, I smoke, but like in a coquette, like Lana Del Rey, mysterious, red dead rose emoji way.
Yeah, so Lily Rose Depp's dad is Johnny Depp. Oops, y'all know Johnny Depp. He's been in the news. You know who he
her
is.
mom is a model, like a.
Really?
Yeah. You did not know this?
Who? Give me a name. But yeah, Lily Rose Depp has been.
Vanessa Paradis.
Oh, I have.
She's French, and that's why she like is all French and Parisian.
Lily Rose Depp has barely been in anything apparently. She was in The Voyagers. She was in the King movie with Timothée Chalamet, which is how they started dating. She was in a movie called Tusk, which is a horror movie, I think. This movie called Wolf that I tried to watch the other day was really bad. And she's going to be in the upcoming Idol show.
I won't lie. I'm kind of excited. I think it's going to please slide.
Yeah. But she is the epitome of nepotism baby, along with Maya Hawke, I would say. But like,
yeah, she was fully, before she did any of these acting things, fully face of Chanel at 15 or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't think she deserved her success. However, or not deserve. Okay, deserves a weird way now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think she would have gained success having just been like an actor from the start, like from the jump.
I don't think I never, when I think of Lily Rose Depp, I don't go actor model. I go model
actor. Model
actor.
dated Timothée Chalamet actor. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the
Publicity?
roles that she's had are like so, again, like so many of other things are so the same. She's always like the petite, like female, whatever. Whereas for the Idol, I'm excited to see her. Like, I feel like all the things she'd been in the past were very like aged and like just she was never put in a contemporary world. Whereas for the Idol, it's fully like the now. Like she
I'm very
is.
excited for the show.
She is Gaga.
She is the now. She is the moment.
Yeah.
Another very prime example that you want to say it? You seem very excited.
We love her. Sorry, bias. Yeah, Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Johnson.
Yes, we did see her live.
Yes, we did.
She said we're a bunch of virginal college students.
And she wasn't wrong.
And she's not wrong. And she wore big glasses and drank Starbucks like the rest of us. And we're talking about when she came and did a screening at Dodge and we saw her. It was amazing.
Well, Dakota Johnson has been in 50 Shades of Grey, the Lost Daughter movie, recently Cha Cha Real Smooth. Suspiria. She got her breakout role in The Social Network, which was actually really fun. I didn't know it was her breakout role.
Yeah.
She was just in Persuasion, and she's going to be in Madame Web coming out soon for Marvel, where she plays Madame. But her parents are Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson. But I also found out that Melanie Griffith's mother was Tippi Hedren, who was the star of the Birds movie. So that's nepotism that went to Melanie Griffith, who was in Roar, Lolita, Body Double, and Working Girl. And then that went to Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, I watched Dakota Johnson's like October Digest thing, and in her office, it's like all of her family that's been in everything ever. Fully Tippi Hedren. How do you say it? Hedren? Yeah. Fully have like tigers and lions.
Well, because that's what the Roar movie was about. The Roar movie was the one where they raised like animals.
Yeah. So she has like
that was one of the
photos of all of her family fully just hanging out with all the lions and tigers that they own.
The tagline for that film is "No animals were harmed in the making of this show, but like 70 people were."
Yeah, okay, that's
and then Don Johnson was in Miami Vice. You might know him from Knives Out.
Yeah.
He was in The Long Hot Summer, Django Unchained, and he's also in Watchmen. So they've been in some stuff. But I think Dakota Johnson is well deserved.
I think that she was given a lucky unfortunate hand with her first two like big roles, highly sexualizing her with The Social Network and 50 Shades. But I feel like her personality really shined through in all of her promo and all of her press and all of her like presence outside of actually making movies that people got interested in who she was. Yeah. And then from there, all the other roles that she has been in has like, I don't know, I feel like she's a very humble girl, very girl next door, very like,
I think so too.
She's so cool, like cool college professor
and
vibes.
I'm excited to see how different Madame Web ends up.
Yeah.
If you are tuning in now, welcome to Girls on Film Radio. I'm Izzy.
I'm Maddie.
And today we're talking about nepotism daycare. If you don't know what nepotism is, it's when famous parents have children, or famous parents have children and then their children therefore have success also because they're famous parents.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it specifically about the film industry. Next we have, if you saw our promo for the show today, Jamie Lee Curtis, which I only found out like last month.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, so Jamie Lee Curtis, this is Jamie Lee Curtis and her mother and father. I had to put another picture of her because this person in the red jacket does not look like Jamie Lee Curtis at all. But Jamie Lee Curtis has been in Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's where you probably have recently seen her in Freaky Friday, apparently.
Hello with Miss Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knives Out also. And then the Halloween films, and the newest one, the last one's coming out.
Which catalyzed the promo that we posted today. Was it today? Yeah. Because she dressed up as her mother
from
Psycho.
Yeah, her mother, Janet Leigh.
For the Halloween red carpet, which is so cool, and I loved it. That's so smart of her, and like so Halloween back for her.
So yeah, Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh.
Yeah. However you say that name, was in Psycho. You know her as the screaming girl in the shower. Woohoo! Sorry, spoiler. And then Tony Curtis was also in Spartacus, The Great Race, and Some Like It Hot. But yeah, I think obviously over time, she has deserved her spot.
Yeah, because I think at any point that she could have very much given up and just
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
out and just did whatever, but she's still fully acting.
She's slaying.
Yeah, still, she's keeping those those Halloween films alive. She's keeping this.
She really
she's
is.
keeping that series
Yep.
up on its feet forever and ever.
So the next one is a nepotism baby, but also
She just
fully deserved it from the start, from the jump. Miley Cyrus, everyone! Give her a round of applause. Give some snaps. Miley Cyrus's dad is Billy Ray Cyrus. You know him, you love him. He's a country singer galore. But Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, everyone.
Yeah. No, but I'm so glad that her acting career was catalyzed by her singing.
And I'm so glad she stopped with the last song.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
No, I'm so glad that she quit acting and just kept on doing music because she has a phenomenal voice at his age.
Like fine wine.
Even though I get drugs and cigarettes and alcohol can destroy her voice, but it's given her such it's given it her music a different twist and everything, which I highly enjoy.
And I think she will come back for acting. I think she'll do it. I think she will
If she was
have
given
some
some
role.
pop rocker girlfriend, I don't
She'll
know.
do some biopic for someone.
Yeah, that would be super tight.
I wouldn't be
Wait,
surprised.
actually, that would be so cool. We should do a prediction episode. We predict what's gonna happen
We
in the
could
next
so do
5,
that.
10, 20 years.
I can make a long list. The next one I have is, I don't even have too much to say other than Kaya Gerber's mom is Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
She's a model. We're not talking about many models on the show today, mostly actors. But Kaya Gerber, she's dated 2 Elvises, so isn't that crazy?
That was the whole thing that I was saying about the whole modeling thing. All of these big fashion houses probably see these girls that are the daughters of models, aged models, and they're like, fuck yeah, we have her for another 40 years. Thank God. And I feel like this is very
We have a
much the
look-alike.
same.
forever.
Yeah, and I mean,
she has dated 2 Elvises. One of them is Austin Butler, and the upcoming one, Jacob Elordi, which perfectly transitions into our next nepotism baby, who I think her nepotism status will be determined based on the next thing that comes out. Let me find the photo of her. It's Riley Keough. Her grandfather is Elvis.
Yeah, wasn't she at the premiere?
Yes, she was with all of
them. Yeah.
But she's been in Zola. I think that was probably her breakout role. That's an A24 movie. She was in The Devil All the Time, Under the Silver Lake.
The Devil All the Time. Who was she?
I think she was someone's wife. Someone's wife. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I will determine my final nepotism judgment based on the new Daisy Jones in the 6th show that's coming out. She is playing Daisy Jones. And based on her roles that I've seen so far, I think she is the perfect Daisy Jones. I think she will give almost a Manic Pixie Dream Girl, but a badass Manic Pixie Dream Girl. It's not
I think she is. I don't remember. I watched this movie, but so long ago.
That movie, I have no recollection.
I don't have any recollection. I mean, that one was fine. She didn't really prove anything to me. She didn't She didn't sway me to think that she was bad. She didn't sway me to think that she was great.
But Daisy Jones in the 6th will be determined.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
But I think it's just interesting that she doesn't even have his last name. She doesn't really carry anything visually or with her name that she's related to him. But still, she has her foot in the industry and not even the same one that Elvis was in.
Yeah. This next one, I don't have much to say about it other than I think that it's kind of funny. Debbie Reynolds in the middle, to Carrie Fisher on the left, to Billie Lourd on the right. That is a trilogy of powerful women.
Well, I love Billie Lourd. I don't think she's been in enough, but she went through so much trauma. Both of them dying around the same time is actually one of the most traumatic things ever.
Yeah, and I will not say that I have seen many Billie Lourd things, but also I wouldn't know that she was a nepotism. Well, yes.
Scream Queens. That's fully.
I feel like every nepotism baby has been in Scream Queens.
If I was an actor and my only 2 credits were Booksmart and Scream Queens, I would actually die happy. That's the most campy, best thing ever. Yes. I think that she is. I feel like she's carrying on Carrie Fisher's legacy in being a very wholesome, kind of sweet character in Hollywood and everything, which I feel like Carrie Fisher would have loved for her to be.
That was so good.
Yeah, Billie Lourd, please. I love you. You're so cutesy.
Next, this is the one music one that we have other than Miley Cyrus, but Gracie Abrams.
Not even a photo of.
I couldn't find one of them together, so I'm gonna scroll to the left And this is a photo of J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, her dad's a fucking nerd.
J.J. Abrams is really famous director. What has he done?
Star
I didn't
Wars.
do anything. Oh yeah, true. Wait, did he produce Star Wars or direct it?
I thought he directed or did stuff with Star Wars.
Let
I don't
me
remember if it
check.
was-
Fact checking. He.
But I'm not super familiar with Gracie's music, but she did tour with like Olivia Rodrigo. Paige loves Gracie.
Paige just said Gracie.
Yeah.
Gracie.
But I know that she is very much one of the indie sad girl musicians of our time. The Claros, the Phoebes, the Farbs. She's within that realm, and I think she's slowly growing to be one of like a staple, if you will.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's funny that her dad is like
J.J. Abrams.
J.J.
So
Abrams. I
he
don't know why.
produced all the Star Wars movies. He directed, or was part of the directing team for one of the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker movies. He also directed Star Trek and Mission Impossible 3, which is my favorite Mission Impossible movie. All of them suck, except the third one. So congrats, J.J. Abrams. You get a check plus. He's also producer on Lost, the show. But yeah, I think she is completely a nepotism baby. In my opinion, I do agree with what Maddie said. She is solidifying herself as the
indie sad girl. But I just don't think
She could have. There's too many indie sad girls. There's so
I
many of
don't
them. I
know,
can't keep track.
but I
Maggie
was-
Rogers. I can't.
we were talking, me, Paige, and Izzy were talking about this last night, but I just feel like their two demographics are so
Different.
are just so opposite that obviously his connections in the industry could get her kind of like anywhere, but it's not like people are watching Star Wars and then
Oh, I need to listen to the music.
and
of his
then
daughter.
see J.J. Abrams' name and then looks him up and then like sees Gracie and then
Yeah.
listens to her. Like those people are not
Yeah.
the kind to do
I
that.
think it's money and if you're in the industry.
I think it's convenience, if anything,
understand.
that she was able to just I don't know. Clara's also like this is like a totally different thing. I was gonna say, I feel like the kind of cousin to, or like the sister of a nepotism baby in Hollywood is the industry plant in music, but that's like a whole different
Because I was
thing.
going to also say Olivia Rodrigo's best friend is Iris Apatow. So I think Iris Apatow got a little bit of fame being friends with Olivia Rodrigo, but that's a whole other thing.
And now she's like friends with all the TikTokers.
Yeah.
They're just like super complicated.
So this is my favorite hateful nepotism
so
baby.
bad.
This is Scott and Clint Eastwood. This photo, we talk about his smile. We've been talking about his smile all day.
Show his the drawing that I made of his smile. Izzy and I were planning for the episode tonight, and Izzy sent me that photo and was like, "Why does he smile like that?" And I drew a photo of Scott Eastwood.
Wait, I gotta find. Hold
But
on.
he is just a classic all-American looking guy, and that lends itself to all the roles that he has, which are all very Americana.
I think it disappeared.
No, wait, I might have it, but Izzy, would you like to introduce us
Yes,
to what
so-
Scott Eastwood has done?
Well, y'all know Clint Eastwood. I keep saying y'all know because y'all know that's exactly what nepotism is. Y'all know the parents. But Scott
I
Eastwood.
don't know if you can see. Oh, this is my drawing of. Oh shoot! You
Here,
can't
I'll do
really
it.
see it.
Here you go.
That was such.
Oh wait, where'd it go?
That's Scott Eastwood. That's Scott Eastwood.
But Scott Eastwood was in The Longest Ride, which is probably the only good thing he's been in. Genuinely, sorry. He's just not. He hasn't done enough for me to care about him. He's really hot, but he.
What the?
Sorry, he is really hot. I think he's hot. But he was in The Longest Ride, The Outpost, which I don't know. It's a war movie, I guess. Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood was an extra. He was in Fury with Brad Pitt. He was in Pacific Rim, this new movie called I Want You Back. He was one of the war people in Suicide Squad, like one of the military people. And he's in the Fast and Furious movies? Question mark? Two of them? Apparently.
But I think that.
This is my example of when I talk about nepotism. Imagine you're Clint Eastwood's son, and the best thing you've been in is where you play you barely talk, and you're a cowboy who rides a bull and falls in love with a girl. Like, that's the best movie you've been in, is where you play a cowboy who rides a bull. Like,
Yeah.
sorry. It just doesn't make sense. You're an actor. Clint Eastwood is your dad.
Yeah, it's ironic. I think when Clint, Jesus crikey, I think Clint Eastwood has such a legacy.
Jesus Christ, he's my new favorite.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it has like such a legacy within film that like it's expected that no one, not even his kids, are going to be able to live up to the expectation that Clint Eastwood has had, which is like so funny that he's such a flop.
Well, because then the next person we're gonna talk about has lived up to her. Well, not lived. I mean, to some people.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah. So the next person, okay, Scott Eastwood. He's whatever. We don't know about Scott Eastwood.
He's like the all-American. Like for as long as the patriotic kind of genre of film will be alive,
Yeah.
Scott Eastwood will have a role.
He will be in every American Sniper movie that is possible. So the next person we have that is a legend is Sofia Coppola. Oh, I should have looked over.
Yeah.
Sofia Coppola. If you didn't know,
I have to see something.
What?
I have to look something up. But she is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, and I think it's so funny that her kind of, I don't know if it's her first thing that she was in, but
she was in the third Godfather movie
where she fully gets shot,
and everyone bullies her every day of her life.
She was so bad, and she was fully a kid. She gets shot on like the steps or something, and then she dies in like, but she's not very good at pretending to die.
Yeah, because her dad directed the movie, so of course she gets to be in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know Francis Ford Coppola also. He was in The Godfather, or he directed The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and also, I didn't know this, The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Since when? But yeah, Sofia Coppola has solidified herself as her own genre of director. She made Lost in Translation, Marie Antoinette, and The Virgin Suicides.
And I think she is a director for the Grammys.
She is.
Because all these movies, Fully Marie Antoinette, Virgin Suicides, The Bling Ring,
She's also
Palo Alto.
Oh yeah, Palo Alto. She's directing the new Madonna biopic.
Oh, I don't
know. No, that is Taylor. That's another person. I'll tell you in a second.
But she has solidified herself as being that girl films director for the Pinterest girlies like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Fully, she is making movies for the girls, the coquette girls,
she's
the
directing
girls.
The new Elvis one. The other one about Priscilla. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really excited for that one. But
I like her. I think that she has proven herself at, I don't know what her big age was, 10, that she was not an actor. But
Yeah.
I feel like her directing is so great. She has such like a mystic quality, brings a mystic quality to feminine adolescence and that sort of stuff, which I absolutely love and eat up. So I like Miss Sofia Coppola.
I'm glad you have such strong opinions about her. We love her.
Because I think her directing and the things that she does are so completely opposite to what her dad does, which is absolutely.
As I said, her own genre of director.
I love it.
Two last people, Emma Roberts, which I didn't really process that.
What is this photo?
Sorry, I thought it was funny. Emma Roberts is the little girl in the front. Emma Roberts is in one of my favorite rom-coms ever. One of my favorite easy to watch rom-coms, Holiday. And if you don't like it, it's on Netflix. Watch it. It's lovely. She's also in Scream Queens, which again, apparently every nepotism baby has been in Scream Queens. Mm-hmm. American Horror Story, We're the Millers, Wild Child.
She ate in the Millers.
Palo Alto, Nerve, Billionaire Boys Club.
Did you say Scream Queens? You did say
I have Scream
Queens.
Queens. Little Italy? Question mark. She also is going to be in the Madame Web movie that's coming out. But her father is Eric Roberts, who was in The Dark Knight. I think he plays a lawyer, and he's also was Oscar nominated for, you said, Runaway Train?
Yeah, some this random ass movie. I don't know, for supporting actor or whatever.
Yeah, and then, but Eric Roberts is the older brother of Julia Roberts.
Yeah, so
and you know Julia Roberts.
I think Emma and Lily Collins are in the same boat as having proven themselves for as long as they've been in the industry. I think they are amazing. They've done such great work. She has grown into her acting career as being like a young girl, and then is fully like a mature woman doing like these cutesy little things or big things. But I think Emma Roberts is great.
And then lastly, also didn't know this at all, Zoe Deutsch, our rom-com legend.
Mm-hmm.
That is Zoe Deutsch and her dad, Howard Deutsch, and her mom, Leah Thompson. Her mom was in Back to the Future. You know her, you love her. She was also in Red Dawn, which is the old Red Dawn. I like the new Red Dawn more, but it's kind of problematic. And then Beverly Hillbillies, which, what a great movie, I guess. I think it was a fun movie that people like.
I've never watched
I guess it's like not a cult classic, but like one of those ones where you're like, oh, it was badly reviewed when it came out, but like we remember it now. And then Howard Deutsch was directed Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful, The Great Outdoors, The Odd Couple, and The Whole 10 Yards. But Zoe Deutsch has been in the recent Not Okay movie. She was in Vampire Academy, Before I Fall, Zombieland. We love Zombieland. Dirty Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
And Before I Fall starred Key and Lolly. Can we just?
Yeah.
That was kind of questionable.
I also loved her in this movie. There's this movie called Flower That was good.
Oh, I know the poster.
Yeah, and she did that for the girls, frankly. But I love her.
I think she's well deserved.
I just am so obsessed with her. She is fully dating Jimmy Tatro, which I think is the
That-
funniest thing ever. And them as a couple being friends with, like, who's Shaun White dating? Or Shaun White's the
Nina Dobrev.
Yeah,
And also Cody Ko.
like, what is all of this like friend group is freaking bananas, but I think it's
Yeah.
the funniest thing ever. I love Zoe Deutsch. I think she's super, super, super talented.
I
think
agree.
that it's the same thing with, I don't remember who I said, where her parents have been in significant things, but not enough that the name will ring a bell
Lily
to.
Collins?
I think, yeah, Lily Collins. Of the nature where her parents' names don't ring a bell to you if you see it, but you know her and you know her roles, and that it's very much a, you look her up and then you're like, oh, I did not realize. Yeah, I did not know
So
this.
she's her own individual, and I think Not Okay was a good breakout role for, not breakout, that's not the word I was looking for. A good, like, star-studded lead role moment for her, but I'm waiting for, like, a really dramatic, like, groundbreaking film for her, and I think she will be able to do it. I want another movie with her and Glenn Powell.
Ooh, yeah.
Just another rom-com.
Just doing our little predictions.
Mhm.
But though that's the daycare. Everyone has been signed out, checked out. They're home.
They're home.
Mommy and Daddy
They're
picked
making
up
mac and
McDonald's.
cheese. Oh, that works too.
Yeah. Actually, no, they're not picking
They're getting
up McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paige.
But
yeah.
that's everybody. If there's any other faves, you can drop them in the Instagram story.
Your mom said Pierce Brosnan.
Is he really what?
Pierce Brosnan. Let's check.
Who? Mom, do you
Pierce
know what an
Brosnan's-
nepotism baby is?
I don't think he's an nepotism baby.
Mom, I think you might have made that up. Maybe she's like, he can make one. Like, does he have kids that are like up and coming? Like, I don't know.
Wait, his dad's a carpenter.
Okay. I don't know if my mom knows what that means. But that's okay, Mom. I appreciate your contribution to the conversation. But thank you so much for everybody who listened, who tuned in, who stayed with us despite all of our technical difficulties. I think we got it on lock now.
Do we? I think we do.
Matthew fully keeps on saying Timothy Chalamet. He is not a nepotism baby.
He's not a nepotism
He's
baby.
literally
Matthew.
just some kid who got lucky because he's hot.
He wrote a song called Statistics. And that's
Yeah,
where
and he's born in New York. Also, like, the New York and LA growing up there to being famous pipeline is its own conversation.
Yeah.
But
Thank you for
guys.
listening to the daycare update. I hope you learned a lot about, or I hope you got a lot of information out of the teacher parent meetings.
Have a good week, everyone. I did not tell you this. I haven't told anybody this.
What?
But stay tuned for any news about Pierce. I mean, Pierce might be coming back soon. I don't know when, but Pierce Radio on Instagram, Girls on Film Radio on Instagram. Follow us. Also on our personals if you want. But have a great week, everyone.
Yes, have a good week. We will let you know what next week's episode is going to be. I think we have an idea, but yeah, it should be fun.
Okay,
Bye, guys. That was really fun.
I'm scared. Oh.
Girls on film.
Yeah, okay. That was so funny. I think it's because I had it here twice. No, but see, we're not the box though, so it's okay.
That was really
so
fun.
Scary.
That was a really good episode.
Oh, my ears hurt.
I like that one. Okay, I don't know how to stop this.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, can you turn the light on?
Bye.
Okay.
Can you save the recording? I don't know where to find the recording when it's recorded.
Stop streaming.
Bye.